In prophetic that God has been dealing with me for this for about a week or maybe 2 weeks since last week that I want to share with you guys. There may be overwhelming circumstances that will be coming between now and January 20th and after. And I'm giving that timeline because the Holy Spirit did not show me the exact timeline, but I do know leading up to the 20th and far after the 20th. And what God showed me is it's going to be a spiritual transaction that happens right after the 20th. And I'm saying transaction, but that was the word that came to my mind. On the 20th, there is something that is happening in the spirit realm. That is getting ready to take over the earth. And I'm saying that because it is a spiritual shift that will be taking place. And earlier I wrote this down because, and let me get out my Bible. So basically what I heard was this is an hour of the desperate. And the Lord gave me Psalm 63 when David wrote Psalm 63. He was basically in the wilderness. And he was in the wilderness in the desert of Judah. Now, his language is not only just poetic, but it is also a desperate cry. He's crying out. He's crying out for God. And let's read it really quick. A Psalm of David when he was in the desert of Judah. Oh God, you are my God. Earnestly I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My body longs for you in a dry and weary land where there is no water. So in this, he's saying it's a metaphoric almost in a dry and weary land. And that's exactly what God is showing me as it results the word desperate. There is getting ready to be some weary times and weary things that is getting ready to overshadow the earth. And it is a spiritual transaction that will start on the 20th. And those who get it. Those who don't, scroll and thank you. Forget all. Okay. So David already has a relationship with God, right? He is just in a desperate place. He is desperate for more of God. Now, in verse 3, because your love is better than life, my lips will glorify you. Verse 4, I will praise you as long as I live, and in your name I will lift up my hands. He declares that God's love and kindness is better than life. What we see here is someone who already believed God, but felt weary, felt like he was in a thirsty state, that I just need so much more of God. God showed me that this hour, this verse is very prophetic to the times we are in now. If you don't feel that even right now as a believer, I don't know what to tell you, but God showed me that many people are feeling the thirst and the dryness, that they want to dive so much more deeper in God, but that is because of the times and what is coming. And this is a prophetic word. There is an overwhelming time that is getting ready to come. So God is allowing us, and he is allowing us to experience the thirstiness, the weariness, so we can dive more into him. This is getting gooder. My soul, verse 5. My soul will be satisfied as the richest of foods with singing lips. My mouth will praise you. What just hit me is what God is saying also is that God needs us to desire the more spiritual things of him. And God is pulling his people away from the things of this world because of what is coming. We have to have such a desire and a thirst for righteousness and the things of God in this hour more than ever. That spiritual transaction that is going to happen on the 20th, you will need to want to yearn for the things of God. The old way of wanting bags, designer bags, money, getting my bag, all of that is shelved. We shelving that, okay? But not only that, that comes with a specific spirit. God is combating it with giving us that dry and weary land filling so he can fill our cups with the things of the spirit, because that is what we will need. We will need the Spirit of God. We will need the thirst that must be filled. It has to be filled by the Spirit of God. And this is a critical hour. I'm telling you, this week is critical, and moving on the next months to come is so critical in the Spirit. If the church, if we are not doing our job with fulfilling God's people with the things of the Spirit. I seen somewhere where this church member was mad because the church was like, ooh, you got to pay $50 a month. I'm paying rent now? Wait, what's happening? Real irritated because I'd be like, just go to the Bible. What does the Bible say? Did the Bible say we paying rent $50 a month? What? Meanwhile, we must seek out the things of God. We must long for the glory of God and His presence in our lives. And it is getting ready to be so critical. On the 20th, there is something in the Spirit that is going to shift and that is going to take place in this earth and on this earth.